Hello, my name is José, and I do a work of English, and my group is Carlos Eduardo, Tarcísio, João Pedro, João Vitor, and me. And Nelson Mandela, a leader in the fight against apartheid.
The first thing is to be honest with yourself. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself.
94. His legacies emphasize equality and unity, last beyond his death in 2013 at the age of 95.
People everywhere in the world want peace.
Mandela played a crucial role in the history of South Africa and the world. He stands out as a tireless advocate for equality, justice, and reconciliation. His influence goes beyond borders, inspiring generations.
Apartheid brought violence and a significant internal resistance movement, as well as a long trade embargo against South Africa. A series of popular uprisings and protests led to the banning of the opposition and the arrest of anti-apartheid leaders. Regime reforms during the 80s failed to contain a growing opposition. President Frederick Willem de Klerk began negotiations to end apartheid, which culminated in the holding of multiracial and democratic elections in 1994, which were won by the African National Congress and was under the leadership of Nelson Mandela. Apartheid was a regime of racial segregation implemented in South Africa in 1948 by Protestant pastor Daniel Francis Malan, then Prime Minister, and adopted until 1994 by successive national party governments, in which the rights of the majority of inhabitants were curtailed by powerless white minority. Segregation began in the colonial period, but apartheid was introduced as official policy after the 1948 general elections. At the end of the 70s, black people were deprived of their citizenship, legally become citizens of one of the 10 dependent tribal homelands, called Batustans, which were sub-states created by the apartheid regime in order to keep black people out of white neighborhoods and lands, but too close to them to serve as sources of cheap labor. At this point, the government had already segregated health, education, and other public services. Celebrated in July 18, International Nelson Mandela Day, marks the birth date of the South Africa leader and former president of South Africa, who became a reference in fight to end apartheid in defense of a more just and egalitarian society. Nelson Mandela's trajectory reflects the tireless struggle of a black African leader against the racial segregation regime established in South Africa in the late 40s, in which lasted more than 4 years. Because of that, Mandela is a symbol of the fight for racial equality and human rights. Thanks for watching.